guys, back here with a video where I share my thoughts, opinions, all of that stuff on some of, in my opinion, biggest disappointments in relatively recent WWE. Would love to know who is on your list down in the comments below. I did one a bit ago, I think, early to mid February for AEW. So I figured to make it kind of even, why not do it for WWE? But yeah, got 3 examples. If you again have more, would love to know them down in the comments below. First one on my list is Matt Riddle. I had personally heard of him before him joining WWE in 2018, whether it's mostly honestly through the independents. I know that he was a UFC guy, never personally was interested in that sport, but when Riddle signed, I kind of just strictly based off the hype that people had, and to a certain extent name value outside of wrestling, like again, UFC, I don't know if he was a big deal there personally, but he had a name outside of pro wrestling, and I thought, okay, like NXT champion, eventually get called up, slowly build his way, potentially world champion for sure, solid US Intercontinental champion at the least, and he never won the NXT championship. I don't remember why off the top of my head why he did not, like could be a short time there, just was not in the plans. But yeah, he was a 2-time tag champion, NXT tag champion, and US champion. I honestly, outside of the main roster tag title run with Randy Orton, I don't remember any of it. And it could be, I don't know for sure if recency bias is the right word, but just based off how his WWE career ended, is kind of why he is on my list. For this one, for being one of the bigger disappointments, again, in relatively recent WWE. Second one I want to talk about is Shinsuke Nakamura. And for myself personally, I first heard of him in 2014 through the partnership with New Japan Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor Wrestling, and eventually he got signed, made his signed to WWE, and made his in-ring debut at NXT TakeOver Dallas. And I thought for sure this guy, again similar to Matt Riddle, maybe win the championship, but a solid, consistent mid-card level, similar to what Sami Zayn has been, like consistently mid-card, upper mid-card. NXT run, based off what I remember, was good. Made his main roster debut the following year, the SmackDown after WrestleMania 33, I apologize. Ended up winning the Royal Rumble in 2018 and challenging for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 34, of course. And then nothing really happened after that, in the sense of, yeah, he's won championship, mid-card level championships in between 2018 and nowadays. It just feels like WWE does not really care. Shinsuke Nakamura, just based off what I've seen, does not really care, but hey, he's probably making a pretty penny doing the easier kind of wrestling kind of deal. But yeah, for myself, I guess this is in a way disappointment. Like I expected more out of whether it's Shinsuke himself or creative kind of deal. But yeah, overall, kind of being a disappointment for myself personally. Number 3, the last one I'm going to talk about in this video. I completely forgot he was with WWE. That's how much of a disappointment it was. And it was Kushida. I wasn't expecting, how do I put this? For Kushida, I, similar to Nakamura, first heard of him during the Ring of Honor New Japan shows in like 2014, 2015. And he immediately became one of my favorites, not only in the junior heavyweight / cruiserweight, but one of my favorites to watch at all in New Japan. Or when I say in New Japan, I really mean when New Japan wrestlers would come do the ROH shows kind of deal. In North America, he would be the one that I would be the most excited for, and I vaguely remember him signing with WWE. It's got to be right before the when I actually might have been around WrestleMania 35, and then he made his debut on TV like not too terribly long after that, and then he left for XYZ reasoning in like 2022. Kind of deal. I assume that he only signed the one contract with them, and I don't blame him for leaving, in the fact that he was in a foreign country halfway across the world during the pandemic. But yeah, his run, considering that he was one of my favorites in New Japan, just like pretty disappointing that there's a 3-year stretch, or roughly 3-year stretch, that he could have done something in New Japan or something with AEW if he really wanted to try out the North American wrestling on a full-time basis. But hey, that is it for Kushida. So those are some of the people on my list. We'd love to know who is on your list down in the comments below. Hit the like, subscribe, share with a friend. Treat yourself as well as possible, mentally, emotionally, and physically, because you deserve the absolute best without a shadow of a doubt.
I guess some bitches know my name. That day for the best. My boys know my life.